Sometimes I do want to give up, but I have a family now. That's what keeps me going, my family. But I know if I didn't have a family, I was just like, hey, that's it, forget.
When New York One caught up with 36-year-old Corey Beckles in Long Island City at the end of a brutal winter, he was clearly overwhelmed.
Watch out for that mess.
He suffers with sickle cell anemia, and his symptoms worsen when it's bitterly cold. At the time, Corey, his wife Justine, and their 2 young sons lived inside this cramped 1-bedroom apartment in Ravenswood housing projects. They had appealed to NYSHA for a larger apartment and were told to wait. At the time of our first interview in March, they had been waiting for more than 7 years.
They don't care. The housing don't care. And it's like they just come here and just look at stuff and just like, oh, we be back. We're gonna see what we could do.
Beckles says NYSHA did nothing. The elevator had been broken again for months, and every day Corey walked his 6- and 4-year-old sons up 4 flights of stairs after school, and his compromised health nearly caused him to collapse when he reached the top.
Coming from up the steps or whatever, sometimes I need to get my oxygen.
And his apartment was overrun with mold and mildew in every single room.
The mold and stuff is that over here. You can see.
From the kitchen to the bathroom.
The exhaust fan doesn't work. We don't have any windows in the bathroom. So when we take showers and baths, like the ceiling will start to sweat, and then the mold and mildew started to develop on there.
To the bedroom where his son slept in bone-chilling conditions because the heat did not work.
We couldn't let our kids come in here. I couldn't even come in here because my bones would start aching. Yes. Especially like if I'm coming out the shower or taking a bath, I can't come in this room because the coldness will get to my bones, and that's when I start going to my attacks. So I couldn't come in here.
His wife Justine says the conditions in the apartment caused her son to develop asthma.
He wheezes, and you hear like the raspiness inside of his throat when he's talking and stuff, and he coughs a lot. So it's kind of hard for him because he's an active little boy.
When New York One reached out to NYSHA to inquire why the Beckles family's long list of complaints had not been addressed, NYSHA quickly moved the family into a larger and cleaner 2-bedroom apartment in another building within a matter of days.
We're in a new apartment right now. It's much bigger than we had before, more space and everything. We have a 2-bedroom now, and you come over here and see, we have brand new stove, brand new cabinets and everything.
Corey's 57-year-old mother, Glenda Bland, who also lives in Ravenswood houses, says she lost sleep many nights worrying about her son, who is also a freelance photographer.
I feel bad for my son because he has sickle cell anemia, because he always have pain, and he's like in and out the hospital.
This is just one of many stressful chapters for the Bland family. The matriarch, Pearlie Bland, was pregnant with Glenda in 1957 when she relocated to New York City from Clio, South Carolina with her daughters. Pearlie died several years ago at the age of 72, but Glenda and her sisters and their many children and grandchildren continue to fight to realize Pearlie's dream for a better life. Glenda's granddaughter, Kyla, is one of the family's shining stars. She's graduating from high school and going away to college in Buffalo this fall. That's a first for the Bland family.
So I feel like it's a blessing, but it's also a lot of pressure.
And Kyla's mom, Nicole Johnson, says her family, which recently moved out of the projects into a private development, is nervous but excited.
Whew. It's scary, being that she's my only child. And I really don't want her to leave, but then I want her to go away so she have the experiences that she needs in life.
Corey Beckles has high hopes for his sons, too. Now that he's in a larger apartment free of mold, the family has plans for a brighter future. And his mom, Glenda, in the tradition of her mom, Pearlie, prays that the road ahead will be smoother than the one they left behind. In Queens, Cheryl Wills, New York One.